Attorney Uday Rameshchan is defending his eldest daughter Samantha Rameshchan, who he says is the woman who recorded herself on a private beach for social media last week. Uday, who made a series of public posts to his Facebook profile, maintained that the land his daughter was socializing on is over 600 acres of private property. The elder Rameshchan said he knows what constitutes a public and a private beach and property based on his legal studies at the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus. Police Commissioner Gary Griffith is debunking as fake news claims that a former relative of the Minister of National Security was responsible for throwing a pool party at Bayside Towers. The event, held on September 6th, received public attention and ridicule over the TTPS's failure to arrest those involved, as the event contravened the public health regulations relative to gatherings of more than 5 people. However, the top cop said the law failed to address private properties. In the aftermath, a post shared online this week alleged that the planner of the event was related to Minister Stuart Young. The Water and Sewage Authority is advising members of the public that the Customer Service Center at its St. Joseph head office will be closed today for precautionary sanitization. Homeowners are further advised that they can visit the authority's customer service centers at Q Place, Port of Spain, Trin City, Golden Grove, near Bargain Singh Hardware, or any other center. No further details have been provided except an apology being issued for inconvenience they caused. To some other news, to the 6 o'clock hour on 975. 3 individuals that were arrested due to a citizen's alert and the quick response of officers last Wednesday have been charged with 2 counts of robbery with violence. A 17-year-old youth of Pitted Valley, along with 30-year-old Riaba Gelding and 32-year-old Nicholas Solomon, both of Jacobin Street, Morvar, were jointly charged on September 13th. An emergency response patrol unit located the suspect's vehicle on Mount Coco Road, Pitted Valley, shortly after information was received. The suspects attempted to evade police, which resulted in the 2 vehicles colliding. The officers and the suspects sustained minor injuries. A quantity of stolen items, including cell phones and jewelry, were recovered. To some regional news now. The Barbados government plans to implement stimulus packages to rebuild the economy that was crippled by the novel coronavirus. The initiatives include a 1-year $40 million COVID-19 relief program and a $300 million stimulus package to be known as Barbados Employment and Sustainable Transformation Plan. This is an effort to help every Barbadian keep their head above the turbulent social and economic seas in which they find themselves. This, according to Governor General Dame Sandra Mason on Tuesday, as she delivered the throne speech during the historic state opening of her parliament. Those are some of the stories making the news to the 6 o'clock hour on 975. Let's take a look now at what's happening in today's weather forecast. For the period today until midnight, Trinidad and Tobago will be generally sunny and hazy. Conditions will be interrupted by a few brief showers. There is a medium chance of a heavy late morning, early afternoon shower thunderstorm mainly over Trinidad. Fair night is expected with the odd passing shower. Gusty winds and street flooding are possible in areas of heavy showers or thunderstorms. Seas are slight to moderate with waves up to 1.5 meters in open waters and near calm in sheltered areas. The maximum temperature for today stays at 35 degrees Celsius, the minimum at 24, and sunset it's at 4 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. That's a 6 o'clock newscast on 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, a multicultural radio. It was powered to you by RCL Communications Network. I am Kenrick Juggernaut, inviting you to join us again for another news update at 7 o'clock. Stay with us here at 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, multicultural radio, as we continue with today's edition of the morning program, UTalk 975.
That was Major News to the Hour, brought to you with the very kind compliments of Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, the Trinidad and Tobago Newsday, and Darban Trading Company Limited. A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. For all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
We shopping at Durban Supermarket. Hey, come down. We'll value at Durban Supermarket. Shop now at Durban Supermarket. Come to Durban Supermarket. Come on down. We got the best prices for your pockets. Get real value for your money. Durban Supermarket treats you like family. Nothing overpriced, it's guaranteed for sure. Save big at Durban and shop even more. Real value to Durban Supermarket. We got the best prices for your pockets. Take advantage of unbelievable deals at Durban Supermarket, number 28 Foster Road in Sangre Grande. Durban Supermarket and Investment Limited, giving you real value for your money.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations, Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus, my name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
Praise Him, praise Him.
Yes, just about 13 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock, and that time check came to you to the kind KTC of Radio 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. I am Kenrick Juggernaut, and yes, you are with the Thursday edition of UTalk, the most interactive morning program on the airways of Trinidad and Tobago. Well, a very good morning, people. Hope that you're having a blessed day thus far. The sun is up, but the Met Office did indicate that the Saharan dust is with us. So those of you who are suffering with any sort of respiratory ailments, well, then you need to take all of the necessary precautions. Yes, the Met Office would have also added that today is going to be one of those days again, very hot and sunny indeed. So stay hydrated, people, and stay hydrated. Good morning, people, and welcome. Welcome to today's edition of the morning program, UTalk on 975. I am Kenrick Juggernaut, and I'll be taking you until the hour of 9 this morning as we look at some of the issues of the day, the challenges facing us here in Trinidad and Tobago, and also give you, our listening audience, an opportunity to share your thoughts and to share your views with me. The numbers to get into our program, well, they are 636-7547, 227-5739, and you can also catch us live on WhatsApp at RCLU975. Good morning. Let me say a very special good morning to all of those people in the United States, most of those good people who listen to us on a regular basis in New York and also at North Carolina. Good morning to each and every one of you, and all those who are taking in this broadcast this morning. Good morning, and thank you for being part of the 975 FM Hot Like Pepper family. Well, as of now, let me keep you abreast, keep you up to speed as to what are some of the major stories as published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Today, it's a Thursday, September 17, 2020, and in today's edition, well, it's 64 pages in a total. Yes, 64 pages. So you can go outside there and purchase your copy of this publication. It's available at all leading newsstands throughout the country, and it's just $3. Well, on the cover of today's edition, attorney slams D.L. Singh's attack on daughter out of place. A photograph of attorney Uday Rameshchan is published on the front page, where the caption is saying, Attorney Uday Rameshchan is taking Health Minister Terence D.L. Singh to task for describing his daughter Samantha as, quote, the worst of young people in Trinidad and Tobago over her private beach social media post. Well, the details you can catch on page 3. And in response, well, Minister D.L. Singh, I'm not afraid to speak the truth. After being attacked by attorney Uday Rameshchan for criticizing his daughter Samantha, Health Minister Terence D.L. Singh said yesterday that he has no regrets and is not afraid to speak the truth. He claimed that many have even praised him for the act and for calling out the reckless minority. Well, I have my own take on that, and I'm sure that you, the people outside there, have your take on it. But when I open the lines, well, you can share it with me this morning. To hell for baby Sophia's abduction. Well, we alerted you to that story yesterday. The parents of 9-month-old Sophia Rivas, who was kidnapped on Tuesday, say they are still shaken up by the incident. As to some other stories published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper, COVID-19 caused a 14% decline in Tobago economy. Well, for the past couple of weeks, as we lead up to the 2020-2021 budget package, I've been chatting with a number of stakeholders on this matter. Yesterday, I spoke to former minister in the People's Partnership Administration, Vasant Bharat, to get his thoughts on the economy and the budget. Well, he didn't paint such a nice picture indeed. And yesterday too, I would have spoken to Minister of Works and Transport, Rohan Sinanan, to get his thoughts on the budget moving forward. So we'll continue with that trend in the coming days. Note that the budget presentation is on October 5th. A number of questions have been raised as to what the package will entail. Well, you and I don't know, only the minister knows. Anyway, so let's move on from here. Suspects in Glencoe robbery charge. Police seek owner of loaded gun found in Labray. No one charged for three Monday and Tuesday murders. Let me remind you of this story. Police are continuing investigations into 3 murders recorded on Monday and Tuesday. You know, within the last couple of weeks or so, we have been focusing mainly on the budget and COVID-19, the government's fight against COVID-19. But let me remind you, the murder toll continues to climb in Trinidad and Tobago. The wave of criminality continues in this country, and we need to be very conscious of that. So as we go further inside of today's edition of the Newsday, as criminal probe starts, ACP Hackshaw suspended. Remember, this was an ongoing story. Well, let me keep you up to speed. The file on the criminal investigation against a senior police officer who is accused of collecting over $2 million from a group of business owners is now before by the Director of Public Prosecution. Police Commissioner Gary Griffith has ordered the officer, ACP Erwin Hackshaw, to be suspended immediately. The Commissioner of Police was briefed by Director of the Police Complaints Authority, David West, this week. Griffith intends to appoint a senior police officer to build on the PCA's recommendations. According to the story, the funds involved were purportedly to be used to offset the cost of official police social events. That's a very interesting story indeed. The image of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service comes into question here. So let's move on to some other stories as published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Health Minister tells of real-life risks of virus spread. Partying 25-year-old quote-unquote killed granny with COVID-19. Now let me keep you up to speed as to the stats as it relates to COVID-19. Total number confirmed cases, that is 3,327. The number of active cases, 2,459. The number of deaths, 58. So those are just some frightening figures indeed. Minister Diyal Singh, suppress your instinct to be social and more time to pay COVID-19 fines. Any public health fixed penalty notices issued on or before October 16th may be paid from October 19th to November 30th. The ease up on the payment of COVID-19 tickets, which includes those for failing to wear masks and those relating to any violations of the coronavirus public health regulations, was published in the practice directions issued by Chief Justice Ivor Archie yesterday. Be Mobile helping students to go to school online. Those stories on page 9. So as I said, go outside there and get your copy of today's edition of the Newsday newspaper, available at all leading newsstands. Karat Shed bar owner on COVID-19 spike. Stop blaming bars, blame election. Well, I think it was this week, yes. On Monday, I would have spoken to, I think, the Vice President of the Bar Owners Association of Trinidad and Tobago. And he too, like many, would have claimed that there is no empirical evidence to suggest that the opening of bars that people liming in bars, hanging out at their favorite watering holes, would have contributed to the spike in COVID-19. So that's something we're going to look at, right? So the story said, Alan Campbell, owner of a Carrot Shed bar in Marabella, says the health ministry should stop blaming bars for the recent continuous upsurge in COVID-19 cases. He said the real cause of this was the lead up to the August 10th general election. Well, even that too, claims are being made, but there is no evidence to support such. Well, I don't know who doing the investigation, you know. Well, there must be some reason why we are having this spike of COVID-19 in the country. The general election was held on the 10th of August. Yes. And prior to that, there would have been about 130, 140 positive cases. Today, it's Thursday rather, September 17, 2020. And already we would have recorded over 3,000 positive cases. So what are the causes? What are the reasons for the spike in this coronavirus? Well, I do not know. Only the authorities can tell us. I can speculate, though. I can speculate. Hurricane Teddy to bring hazardous seas. The strengthening of Hurricane Teddy in the central Atlantic is forecast to bring with it long periods of swells in the region, affecting the Lesser Antilles, including Trinidad and Tobago, and north of South American coast throughout Thursday, which is today. So those are but some of the stories, as I said, published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. You can go outside there and get your copy this morning. But before I go to some commercials here this morning, on a very sad note indeed, well, the cricketing fraternity is in mourning today. Yes, this over the passing of former Trinidad and Tobago cricketer Sheldon Gomes. Sheldon Gomes was a right-handed, hard-hitting batsman who would have played for Trinidad and Tobago in the 1970s. A fantastic cover fieldsman. He was the brother of a former West Indies and Trinidad and Tobago cricketer, Larry Gomes. They also had another brother, Randy Gomes, who also played cricket. I don't know whether he would have represented Trinidad and Tobago, but he would have represented Queen's Park and those days North in the domestic season. So our condolences goes out to the family and friends of Sheldon Gomes, who would have passed away. We'll talk about that a bit later on in the program. Stay with us here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Let's go up to some commercials, and when I come back, of course, I'll open the lines for you, where you can call me this morning at 636-7547, 227-5739. Stay with us here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
Gosh, boy, I can't wait to go home now.
Stuck in traffic again, Hare Babri.
Well, guess what? Your day is about to get hotter than ever in the afternoon. It's the new afternoon drive time program on U 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Tune in Monday to Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with yours truly, the DJ Flavia Experience. Let's make it hotter than ever in the afternoon. Great music, great info, and great vibes. Hotter than ever in the afternoon. Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. on U 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
नबियों के सरदार मोहम्मद नबियों के सरदार
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessings of Almighty Allah be upon each and every one of you. My name is Shazad Ali, and here's an invitation to join me every weekday morning, 5 o'clock, for the program Teachings of Islam, right here on U97.5 FM. Assalamu alaikum.
Republic Day. On U97.5 FM, we celebrate with you as we present One Nation, One Love, One People. It all goes down Republic Day, Thursday, 24th September 2020, from 6 a.m. to midnight. Strictly DJs, strictly local music, strictly vibes, and strictly the best. One Nation, One Love, One People. Look out! From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Sharon and DJ Vishal. 9 a.m. to noon, Beast Hi-Fi. 12 noon to 3 p.m., Captain Kendall. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., the DJ Flavia Experience. 6 to 9 p.m., DJ Sean. And 9 p.m. to midnight, Corky D. Log on to www.975radio.com. Check us out on Facebook at U975 Multicultural Radio. This Republic Day on U975 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, a member of the Rhythms Communications Network.
Yes, it's all happening here on 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, powered by RCL Communications Network. Good morning, people. Good morning, and thank you very much for being with us here this morning. It's just about 6:30, as I said, and that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of a radio 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. So what's on our plate here this morning? Well, we have a number of issues to deal with, a number of challenges facing us here in the country. And to that, I would like to open the lines where you can call us at 636-7547 and 227-5739. We are also live on RCL U975, and you can also catch us on WhatsApp at 378-4975. Good morning, and welcome to today's edition of the morning program. Well, yesterday, social media was rife with the rantings of attorney Uday Rameshchand. And I remember a couple of years ago, I had the privilege of engaging in conversation with one of my good friends there, Mr. Davadi. And he would have always said to me, letters before your name and letters after your name does not necessarily mean that you're an educated person. Let me repeat that. Letters before your name and letters after your name does not necessarily mean that you are an educated person. You come to your own conclusion to that. But I do not want to sound as though I'm editorializing, but maybe I am. But for a respected attorney at law to go on social media and rant and rave and boast about his family's, let's say, qualification and profession and so on. To me, it's unbecoming. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 975. Good morning.
Good morning, Kendrick.
And good morning to you, friend. How are you?
Well, I want to talk a little bit about FIFA, but I ain't going to talk about that.
No, you can talk about FIFA. That's a big story too, you know.
About FIFA. You have a better topic with the lawyer. A topic better than any other thing in the world. Now, everybody's blaming the girl for she ran and rape and all that thing. Are you there with me, right?
Yeah, I'm here with you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Everybody blaming she and ranting and raving, but you know what good that girl do? Anybody could tell me what good that girl do?
Well, tell me.
Let me tell you something, Kevin. She has done a very good thing, and I'm going to tell you how she done a very good thing. I want to give that man some work, and I can't find it. And today, because of his daughter, I know that man in Tofu, and I never knew he was in Tofu. And I want to give him some work. I'm looking for you to give him some work. They must people will be looking for that fella, and they must be praising that child this morning for coming out on our social media. So
well,
you could know he has 600 acres of land. It's so fun, and he buy a beach too.
Well, I wonder why. I wonder why.
The man buy a beach, just imagine that man buy a beach to keep. The government can buy a beach to hand over with all the money he has. He buy a beach. And I want to know exactly that this 600 acres of land he's talking about, if somebody gives you that, or he buy that. And I want to thank you, daughter, for doing all these things so we could know that when we're looking for him, where we could find him in Tofu. I will talk to you later again, Father. Thanks.
All right, friend. Well, thank you very much for your contribution here with me this morning. No, as I said before, I mean, here it is. You have a prominent attorney at law ranting and behaving in a peculiar way. Well, to each his own, you know. To each his own. But to me, it's very unbecoming. These people profess to be what you'll call exemplars in society. But you see, there cannot be one law for the rich and one law for the poor. It must be all-encompassing. And people must take responsibility for their actions. I've been saying this on this program for a number of years now. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kenneth. Good morning, Shane.
And good morning to you, friend.
Good morning to you, crew.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know, sometimes with children, we don't always have control over children. We have social media and all these medias, right? And I thought the best thing he should have done is just apologize and let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, when what you're going to do in a national society, I mean, there are a little government passed, let me just say a law, encouragement is passed by the government to kind of encourage people, those of us who want to be lawless, to help suppress our virus. I don't know, we're using every opportunity, every little loophole. If my dog private, if my car is a private place, and all kind of foolishness. When the virus raging and ranting and can take anybody, nobody bad for that virus. Lawyer, no lawyer. Yeah, that virus, every second is bad for anybody. And that is the point we have to recognize and cooperate with all the authorities and every place we are.
You see, there are some people in this country, because of their wealth, because of their status in society, feel that they can get away with every and anything.
The virus, the Prime Minister England get the virus, the Commissioner Jamaica get the virus. If that any wealth or anything that is bad for anybody.
And this is what is escaping people. What is the bigger picture here? Right. What is the objective of the day?
Well, I didn't get my news yet, but when someone did and the papers or whatever it is, I mean, whatever statement he made, I can't comment on it, but he talked about the matter. He didn't apologize or anything, but I wouldn't blame him for what child.
No, he did not apologize. He went on to gloat about the successes of his children. That has nothing to do with the country's fight against COVID-19.
Yes, right.
58 people would have died. Over 3,300 people would have been infected with this virus.
Yeah, and others are behaving like a night. They are behaving like the virus cannot attack them or can't do anything, but they are from the virus.
Yeah, because the virus cannot attack them because they feel that they're on their private property and it cannot touch them. But you have to venture outside sometime, yes?
That is the bottom line, eh? No matter what you do over here.
People need to be, my friend, people need to be responsible. And this young lady, I'm sorry to say it, was not responsible indeed. She would have, if she is all this quote-unquote bright, she would have understood that there would have been repercussions.
And besides that too, I mean, she understand complexity of the virus as well, so you can clearly follow that. I mean, to me, they just embarrassing themselves when they think they're what they consider quote-unquote smart. If you just let people see how foolish you are, with all the time you have spent in the books and studies, and you're saying how foolish you are, still you don't learn anything really.
All right, well, let me move on to another contentious story here, and another issue. A probe into a $2 million suspicious bank accounts of senior cop, PCA, that is the Police Complaints Authority, criminal charges for ACP Owen Hackshaw. The question is, the image of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Already the image of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service is tarnished in some way. People do not have the faith, confidence in the TTPS. Here it is now, you have a senior officer. Now, he has not been found guilty of such, but the fact is, in the eyes or in the opinion, public opinion, this is what comes into the equation. Yeah, go ahead.
But then look at the amongst other officers already. I think there's some 54 already for the year that got into little things like the little kidnapping and holding up at the Venezuelan and so on. I mean, maybe they might have. I really want to comment to make that because I mean, it's like it's already affecting them. People just saying that I'm an officer supposed to be protecting and saving, but it doesn't really matter. What I feel to do, I do. Or if I opportunity I do, I could make a fast walk. I make it and I end that. Like with the society, I just do.
You see the thing about it, justice turns in this country, but it turns very slow indeed. Very, very slow indeed. The long arms of the law. Anyway, so all I'm asking of you and the listening audience this morning, my friend, what does this matter do for the image of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service?
Just give that bigger challenge for the public to trust them and bring information to them. Just bring a challenge bigger and bigger every day.
All right, my friend. All right, thank you very much for your thoughts with me this morning. We're heading up to the hour of 7 o'clock, just about 20 minutes here to the hour of 7. And that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Radio 975 FM, hot like a pepper. COVID-19 deaths rise to 58. 2 more COVID-19 deaths have pushed Trinidad and Tobago's COVID-19 death toll to 58. The casualties are 2 men. 1 is elderly. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 975. Good morning to you.
Morning, Kerry. Morning.
Hey, good morning, friend. How are you this morning?
Good, man. Good. You see the video with the young lady and in social media. I would say that it's ignorant, right? And at the end of the day, people like me, law-abiding citizens, will feel the brunt of it. Because when I am home, right, what she did here is you are putting things in place for the government to make laws now. And you know what will happen? You'll blame the government now because they put things in place where you cannot have things at your private home. If you have something at your private home, let it be at your home, not on social media. I mean, we have to understand this is worldwide. And at the end of the day, you might have so much money that you could stay home, but you have to come out to go and get things, right? And you are putting people at risk, right? And next point I want to make, Kerry, if we do not sit down and really think about this Google classes and this thing with these children right now, we're going to have a lot of kids after this vaccine and COVID finished. We're going to have a lot of kids who is not getting a proper education. And what's going to happen to society? Are we going to create more criminals? Are we going to create more bad people in society? We need to look into this properly, because last night I saw on my WhatsApp status a teacher is asking, and this was guided by the Ministry, right, of Education. They want to get information on your child, your status on where you're working, your profession, all those things, right? About 60-something things was itemized, and between that, if you have internet, if you have a computer, and my point is, Kenrick, is that I understand the computer part and whatever, but we have submit these documents to the school when your child has been registered. I mean, if you want to ask if you have internet and computer, that is something totally different. Parents, there are parents who don't have the time a day to go and do all these things, right? If you are essential worker and you work in, when you reach home, what time you get in, then you have to sit down. I was something in my son's class. Parents are submitting things all 9 o'clock in the night. We need to sit down and really think about this, because I'll tell you something, Kenrick. Production, right, in workplace and all over the country have dropped. If you used to give out 70% of your production for the day, I sure people are giving 50, 30, right? And this is fact. And we need to really look into this, because we will be society going to get restless if we do not take time and really think about this children carefully.
No, but hold on. No, but hold on. You outline the challenges faced by teachers and by parents. What is the solution? What more can the government of the day do?
Correct. Let me tell you something, right? You have a syllabus, right? And there are plenty of children who are not getting the syllabus right now because of whatever reason, internet, computer, whatever, right? You need to find some way. You need to break down the syllabus. If let me say the term is 1 year, I'm just using up with a 1 year. Yeah, what? This term has to be a year and a half, right? Because I'll tell you why. It's a whole totally different thing now. People not understanding and seeing that there are children who will just drive out, take it. One is carrying and drive. There are children who cannot adapt to these things. And I'm seeing it because I'm watching my son class and work are being put up and children are moving extremely slow. So what should I say now? My son getting cheaper. It's not fair for me to say that. But we need to really look into this carefully, because my point is that if we do not look into this carefully, Kenrick, next 2 years, you know what's going to happen in society? There are a lot of people who are going to drop out of school, and what will happen? People are going to steal, people are going to rob, people are going to murder people. This is what we're going to breed.
All right.
People need to understand this.
Okay, let's leave it there for a while. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning to you, Chris. Good morning.
What that fella talking about?
He's talking about,
He knows everything about the children he or she is teaching. The parents, where they work, the income, the socio-economic situation. That is how a teacher is able to operate. And if they don't, what is the parent doing? The parent is supposed to be a teacher. It tells someone to come to the parent house to be the parent. What, did he go out and be the teacher? Did he go and discuss his child with the teacher to come to complain this morning? Look, when you wake up, you understand.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Chris, for your comment. You see, coming from a family of teachers, I can tell you how challenging it is to, let's say, get involved in what you call virtual teaching. It is indeed a challenge. It's quite frustrating at times. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. But it's a situation which we need to address. There's no perfect fit in all of this. We have to cope with the situation as best as we can. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Kenrick.
Hi, good morning to you, sir.
A couple of things on the various topic series. One, the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that he has something against the official. You know what happened with his daughter some years ago.
Yes.
Certain resentment. So apparently, the family are sticking up on that too, and they are going in that direction as well. Two, the high-level policeman. You mentioned the image. I think the gentleman West, he realized what the commission was trying to do, and he moved quickly to highlight the situation, because the gentleman was going on retirement about 2 months' time.
Yes.
So he highlighted, because West knows very well what is going on in police service. And you recall when Dr. Munilal was speaker of some committee, because it was said he had some association with young members and so on and so on and so on. There's some phone records. Dr. Wheeler got a letter signed by a police official, and when the farmer saying that it's not under any investigation or being involved in any gang members, and you know who signed that letter? Same Mr. Axwell, you know. So West knows that there's something about this gentleman that apparently is not involved, but that needs to be highlighted. And Garfield tried to spoon this until he walked out and said the guy already left the service. And finally, I appreciate the way how you handle your program, and you're a great moderator. Your popularity is growing here in the West. Growing. Congratulations, sir.
All right, well, thank you very much for the thoughts and for the kudos. Just let me remind you of this, and I'm quoting from a newspaper report. Should Hackshaw leave the service prior to a disciplinary tribunal being formed, then he has nothing to answer since he will cease being a police officer. Additionally, should Hackshaw be charged prior to leaving the service in November, he stands to lose several of his benefits. I just thought I'd throw that in there to you this morning. But what I'm talking here about this morning is the image of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Here it is, you have a senior officer, an assistant commissioner of police, Owen Hackshaw, where criminal charges, and there's a probe into that matter. And the Police Complaints Authority, they are calling for criminal charges for the ACP. Well, the matter is being investigated. No one has been found guilty as yet. But in this country, there is a tendency for the public to form their own opinion whether you are guilty or not. So in the court of public opinion, this gentleman may be found guilty of quote-unquote wrongdoings. 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. We're moving up to the hour of 7 o'clock. That's about 11 minutes here to the hour of 7. Let's go to some commercials, and when I come back, we'll continue with our discussion right here, 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us.
In the wonderful name of Jesus, my name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Gosh, boy, I can't wait to go home now.
Stuck in traffic again, Hare Babri.
Well, guess what? Your day is about to get hotter than ever in the afternoon. It's the new afternoon drive time program on U 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Tune in Monday to Friday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. with yours truly, the DJ Flavia Experience. Let's make it hotter than ever in the afternoon. Great music, great info, and great vibes. Hotter than ever in the afternoon. Monday to Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. on U 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Join me every Sunday for Love Vibrations from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. featuring all your favorite love songs from every decade and the most powerful quotes ever written. You can send your shout-outs. WhatsApp 378-4975, or you can simply call 636-7547 or 227-5739, or go online to www.975radio.com. It's hosted by yours truly, DJ Shaw, on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
I found a love for me.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
Can't go anywhere to enjoy yourself? Well, join us on 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio, as we got your Saturdays covered. The party starts from 8 a.m. Yes, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. We got Sharon Baruch alongside DJ Vishal. 12 to 3 p.m. Captain Kendall is in full flight and will take you straight into 3 to 6 as DJ Anil will put you into the mix. Then from 6 to 9, the man DJ Sean, half man, half amazing, takes the spotlight from 6 to 9. And from 9 to 1, the man Corky D steps into the building and he will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com as we put you into party mood with all of our DJs and announcers. Tell your friends, tell your family, 975radio.com.
Well, the future of Trinidad and Tobago football, just to digress our conversation a bit here this morning, is now coming under the periscope, so to speak. Yes, the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association is in real turmoil today. This, as a report, has prompted an investigation, a criminal probe by the White Collar Division of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service into the activities of the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, a Panamanian bank account linked to its former president, David John Williams, and all business transactions involving the Home of Football project in Couva. Just let me keep you up to speed. This investigation comes at a time when the sport of football and the cash-strapped Trinidad and Tobago Football Association is on the verge of facing its darkest ever moment: suspension by international football's governing body, FIFA. Now you see, I don't know how many of you have been following this story, but there could be sanctions. Trinidad and Tobago could be sanctioned by the world governing body, FIFA. What this augurs for Trinidad and Tobago football going forward, well, that's another question altogether. And I listened to Angus Eve, who is a coach attached to the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, and he's hoping that maybe good sense can prevail in all of this. Because if there are sanctions, well, the future of Trinidad and Tobago, as it relates to football, the ambition of some of these young men, young footballers, well, that could be some very, very serious. That could be very, very serious repercussions indeed. So, criminal probe of a Trinidad and Tobago Football Association. White Collar Unit looks at John Williams' tenure. Forensic experts want answers on bank accounts. So it does not stop in Trinidad and Tobago, Bacchanal continues on a daily basis. Okay, we're preparing for the 7 o'clock newscast. It's just about 5 minutes here to the hour of 7 o'clock, and that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of a radio, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper.
Population of our little nation is not a lot, but oh, what a mixture of races and culture, that's what we've got. Still, no major indifference of race, color, religion, or finance. It's amazing to you, I'm sure. We didn't get independence before, which means Trinidad and Tobago will always live on. Colonialism gone. Our nation is gone, everybody. We go follow our leaders. They always do their best. Oh yes, we want to achieve. We're going to aspire. We're bound to be a success. Bam, 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 bam. It is a miracle all these different people can dwell so well. You see, we are educated to love and forget hatred. You know it's so. You people who are foreign, I got a message to give you when you go in. Spread the word anywhere you pass. Tell the world there's a modern nation at last, which means Trinidad and Tobago will always live on. Colonialism gone, our nation is born. We go follow our leaders. They always do their best. We want to achieve, I myself to aspire. We want to be a success. Bam, 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 bam. The revenue we make from oil and the pitch lake is great, but wait, we got cocoa and copra, banana and sugar, coconut, citrus. We may be small, but we wealthy. Pound for pound, we'll beat New York City. We got beaches and hotels built by Hilton. Our nation is second to anyone. Where you talking? Trinidad and Tobago will always live on. Colonialism gone, our nation is born. We go follow our leaders. They always do their best. In order to achieve, you got to aspire, and we bound to be a success. You may not believe this, but we didn't achieve this with floods of blood. It is leaders like Butler, Cipriani, and the doctor, they fight for what is right. So now I'm congratulating all our leaders from the present back to the beginning. They have fought, now the battle is won. Thanks for a good job, and well done, everybody. Trinidad and Tobago will always live on. Colonialism gone, our nation is born. We go follow our...
Keeping you a bit entertained on this Thursday morning as we prepare for the 7 o'clock newscast. It's just about 7 o'clock here in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 97.5. Music for you, it's all about you.
U97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, multicultural radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour. It comes to you with the very kind compliments of Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, the Trinidad and Tobago Newsday, and Darpan Trading Company Limited.
A very good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to our 7 o'clock newscast on 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, a multicultural radio powered by RCL Communications Network. Good morning. I am Kenrick Jaggernaut. In the details, in light of the recent recommendations of the Police Complaints Authority received yesterday, Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith has ordered that Assistant Commissioner of Police Erwin Hackshaw be suspended with immediate effect. This followed a meeting on Tuesday between the director of the Police Complaints Authority, David West, and the Commissioner of Police. The Commissioner of Police said that the TTPS received these recent and latest findings and recommendations from the PCA dated Tuesday into a report pertaining to ACP Hackshaw. He stated that the TTPS is having consultations with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions and is awaiting further advice. An investigator will be appointed. The Commissioner of Police pointed out that now that the PCA's investigations are complete, he is in a position to act. The police are calling on the public to help find the owner of a loaded gun found at the side of the road in Le Bray on Tuesday morning. While on an anti-crime exercise between 4:30 a.m. and 8:30 a.m., police got a tip-off and went to High Road where they found a .38 pistol with 6 rounds of ammunition and 45 grams of marijuana. A report said the items were hidden in the bush in a plastic bag. Residents of Boye Bande Road, Sangre Grande, can now finally breathe a sigh of relief. This as the Land Settlement Agency has begun to review their cases. Minister of Housing and Urban Development Penelope Beckles-Robinson, along with her junior minister Adrian Leonce, and Member of Parliament for Toko Sangre Grande Roger Monroe, gathered with other officials for a ribbon-cutting ceremony in the area. Residents have occupied 48 hectare-acres of state land in Boye Bande since 1998. The Land Settlement Agency under the Ministry of Housing yesterday officially opened the doors for regularization for the squatters. The man who was killed in a confrontation with police in Princestown on Monday has been identified as Nathan Hill of Richardson Trace, Faizabad. An autopsy was scheduled to take place yesterday at the Forensic Sciences Center as part of the investigations. 2 weapons seized in this confrontation have been sent for ballistic testing. The incident reportedly took place at around 9:10 a.m. on a Monday. To some other news on 975. The Movement for Social Justice is expressing concern and questioning the motives and timing behind the visit of U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo to Guyana later this week. MSJ's political leader David Abdullah fears this visit has to do with Guyana agreeing to allow its territory to be used by the United States. Into some other stories, attorney Uday Rameshchan is defending his eldest daughter Samantha Rameshchan, who he says is the woman who recorded herself on a private beach for social media last week. Uday, who made a series of public posts to his Facebook profile maintaining that his daughter was socializing on is over 600 acres of private property. The elder Rameshchan said he knows what constitutes a public and a private beach and property based on his legal studies at the University of the West Indies, Cave Hill campus. Police Commissioner Gary Griffith is debunking as fake news claim that a former relative of the Minister of National Security was responsible for throwing a pool party at Bayside Towers. The event held on September 6th received public attention and ridicule over the TTPS failure to arrest those involved as the event contravened the public health regulations relative to gatherings of more than 5 people. However, the top cop said the law failed to address private properties. The cricket fraternity of Trinidad and Tobago is mourning the death of former national player Sheldon Gomes, who passed away on a Tuesday evening in Las Vegas, Nevada, USA. He was 69 years old. Gomes, who played 55 first-class matches for Trinidad and Tobago, represented Holy Cross College in his youth days and Queen's Park Cricket Club at senior level. As a cricketer, Gomes was a fine fielder and a stroke player of the highest quality. He scored 500s at first-class level and 15 half-centuries in his 2,645 runs with an average of 32.60. His masterpiece was his 213 against Jamaica in the 1976-1977 Shell Shield tournament. On to some regional news. When United States Secretary of State Michael Pompeo arrives in Guyana today, he will be signing a memorandum of understanding for joint maritime patrols with Guyana to interdict drugs, and the security threats posed to the region by Venezuela will also be on the agenda. This is according to a U.S. State Department official who provided a briefing yesterday in Washington on the visit that also includes Suriname, Brazil, and Colombia. That's a look at some of the stories making the news to the 7 o'clock hour on 975. Let's take a look now at what's happening in today's weather forecast. Well, for the period this morning until midnight, Trinidad and Tobago will be generally sunny, and hazy conditions will be interrupted by a few brief showers. There is a medium chance of a heavy late morning, early afternoon shower thunderstorm mainly over Trinidad. A fair night is expected with the odd passing shower. Gusty winds and street flooding are possible in areas of heavy showers or thunderstorms. Seas are slight to moderate with waves up to 1.5 meters in open waters and near calm in sheltered areas. The maximum temperature for today stays at 35 degrees Celsius, the minimum at 24, and sunset at 4 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. Stay with us, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, as we continue with the second hour of today's edition of the morning program.
That was Major News to the Hour, brought to you with the very kind compliments of Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, the Trinidad and Tobago Newsday, and Darpan Trading Company Limited.
We shopping at Darpan Supermarket. Hey, come down. We'll value at Darpan Supermarket. Shop now at Darpan Supermarket. Shop even more. Real value. To Darpan Supermarket. We got the best prices for your pocket. Take advantage of unbelievable deals at Darpan Supermarket. Number 28 Foster Road in Sangre Grande. Darpan Supermarket and Investment Limited. Giving you real value for your money.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessings of Almighty Allah be upon each and every one of you. My name is Shazad Ali, and here's an invitation to join me every weekday morning 5 o'clock for the program Teachings of Islam right here on U97.5 FM. Assalamu alaikum.
quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Republic Day.
Republic Day.
On U97.5 FM, we celebrate with you as we present One Nation, One Love, One People. It all goes down Republic Day, Thursday, 24th September 2020, from 6 a.m. to midnight. Strictly DJs, strictly local music, strictly vibes, and strictly the best. One Nation, One Love, One People. Look out! From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Sharon and DJ Vishal. 9 a.m. to noon, Beast Hi-Fi. 12 noon to 3 p.m., Captain Kendall. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., the DJ Flavio Experience. 6 to 9 p.m., DJ Sean. And 9 p.m. to midnight, Corky D. Log on to www.975radio.com. Check us out on Facebook at U975 Multicultural Radio. This Republic Day on U975. Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, a member of the Rhythms Communications Network.
U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is now on Facebook. Like us, follow, and share our page. We'll be sharing the latest news, tips, and much more. You can also view what's happening in our studio. Find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel at RCL U975.
Republic Day.
Republic Day.
On U97.5 FM, we celebrate with you as we present One Nation, One Love, One People. It all goes down Republic Day, Thursday, 24th September 2020, from 6 a.m. to midnight. Strictly DJs, strictly local music, strictly vibes, and strictly the best. One Nation, One Love, One People. Look out! From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Sharon and DJ Vishal. 9 a.m. to noon, Beast Hi-Fi. 12 noon to 3 p.m., Captain Kendall. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., the DJ Flavio Experience. 6 to 9 p.m., DJ Sean. And 9 p.m. to midnight, Corky D. Log on to www.975radio.com. Check us out on Facebook at U975 Multicultural Radio. This Republic Day on U975 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, a member of the Rhythms Communications Network.
Yes, just about 15 minutes here past the hour of 7 o'clock. I'm smiling this morning because I've been trying to get in touch with two senior politicians to get their thoughts on the budget 2020-2021. But I've been in touch with two of them this morning, and they are quite busy in preparation of this package. But trust me, I will get them on the program probably tomorrow and Monday. And talking about tomorrow, well, tomorrow it's Friday, and I'll be hosting the President General of the All Trinidad General Workers Trade Union, Mr. Nirvan Maraj, where again we will continue with our discussion concerning this budget presentation. Just in case it escaped you, the budget will be presented to us, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, on the 5th of next month by Finance Minister Colm Imbert. Yes, you can call us this morning at 636-7547-227-5739. We are also on WhatsApp, where you can WhatsApp us at 378-4975, and we're also live on YouTube. All you have to do is punch in RCL U975 and you will get us live. Well, as I told you before I went to the break there, well, a criminal investigation has been prompted based on a report from one of the local media houses by the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association. Criminal proceedings indeed. It's a very serious matter. As I said to you before, it can have serious repercussions on Trinidad and Tobago football. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Brian. Brian, first, a number of things happening here. This matter concerning the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association. And if there are sanctions on Trinidad and Tobago football, and I know that you have been following this story, there can be serious repercussions. Yes?
Well, let me tell you, there's so much in that whole scenario that you don't know where to start, right? You're hearing about offshore calls, you're hearing about embezzlement, you're also hearing about people not agreeing with certain things. Now, we must appreciate the fact that Trinidad and Tobago Football Association, or Football Federation, however it's called now, right? It's fully under the ambit of the governing body for football, which is FIFA, right? Now, FIFA has given recommendation to the then head of Trinidad and Tobago Football Federation, would have been Mr. Wallace. He didn't take it on. He didn't listen.
Well, I know this story, Brian, and I know that some of our listening audience may be aware of the details. But my contention here is this morning is that good sense should prevail. Iron out all of the issues, because at the end of the day, if FIFA impose any sanctions on Trinidad and Tobago, as I said, there could be serious repercussions, and we may not be able to get out of this. That's all I'm saying this morning.
Well, FIFA's Congress today,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the key topics on the agenda
Mm-hmm.
is Trinidad and Tobago Football Federation.
Mm-hmm.
So, what I want to know, I mean, it's kind of hard to understand this whole football thing.
All right, well,
like that.
all right, let's leave it there. Let's move on to another story.
Just to close up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Where is CONCACAF in all of this?
Mm-hmm.
Because Trinidad and Tobago falls under CONCACAF.
Yes.
Where is the CFU in all of this?
That's the Caribbean Football Union.
Yeah, because Trinidad and Tobago, last time I checked, is a part of the CFU.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I saw where former FIFA Vice President Jack Warner was consulted, and Jack basically said, "Hey, why don't come to me? When I was there, none of this ever happened. Now I'm not there, look what's going on."
All right, so
there is a FIFA ruling, you can't have any involvement.
all right. Okay, so what's on your mind this morning? What's on your mind? What are some of the issues you want to discuss with me this morning?
Well, boy, I mean, just seeing this whole thing now, what's happening with the daughter of
Uday Rameshan.
yeah, and where he has got involved in this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this whole thing, it's just gotten so out of control.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is why I say that the government of Trinidad and Tobago has to take responsibility for all this nonsense that is going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I listen to Mr. Dial thing speak. I mean, sometimes I wonder what nonsense he is going off on. Right? You are saying what happened at Bayside is totally outside of the regulation, but there was a part in some other part of the country, and now, in fact, attorneys of those people are now using that same argument now.
No, Brian, you know what it tells? It tells me that the people of this country, we are not a serious people. And I've been telling you and the listening audience for the longest while. What is the objective here? What is the bigger picture? Flatten the curve and reduce the risk of this virus spreading. You see, whenever people take any sort of action and they engage in any sort of foolish acts, they do not like to take responsibility when there are certain repercussions, when the public hits out.
So, yes, it is all of this is to ensure public health safety.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is to ensure that we beat this virus. But when you don't do what is needed, and it causes again ambiguity, uncertainty, people are unaware or unsure. Look what you mean. Now you're seeing where we now have to argue if a homeless person is really homeless if they have an address. Now, again, I must use the example of Mark Richard, state that very much informative.
Brian, you're sounding as a typical attorney at law.
But I am one.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying, because you see, you look into the letter of the law, but there's something we call the spirit of the law. What is the spirit of the law in this respect?
My friend, under a true democracy,
Uh-huh.
right, you must look at all of these things. Because again, I have to use democracy ruling, where in which, when the gentleman was asked, where do you live? What's the first thing he said? Frederick Street.
Brian, we went through this already. And those are what you call technicalities, where as a typical lawyer, you look for loopholes. And I agree with the minister in this respect, you know. People in this country have a tendency to manufacture and look for reasons not to do the right thing, you know. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
And good morning to you, Kendrick.
And good morning to you, Bank Village.
And I will say, I blame the opposition and all.
Mm-hmm.
Because the opposition in place for checks and balances, especially when you want to pass a law in a country.
Mm-hmm.
Because if the government want to pass a law, the opposition supposed to put things in place and ask questions concerning about private and all those other things. They went in parliament and they do it hikey-vike. And the opposition is this must be an integral part. They agree in my book, and that was wrong. Because all part of the Caribbean, my brother, you understand? It's $300. You understand? $200 must be. Why you come and say $1,000? Why the opposition didn't fight on that?
And this too, my friend, I tend to agree with you, and this too, my friend, went to committee stages.
But this is my point. So you telling me in the opposition to have lawyers, intelligent lawyers, to guide or to tell the government, listen to me, there's a thing called private and public. There are things called space and place.
And you know, my friend, even attorneys at law are divided over this. There's no clear-cut, there's no clear-cut matter with this.
This is what I always say, you understand? To get a government in the right place, remind me of Ramesh Maharaj. You understand? Ramesh Maharaj say the only way a government can be in place, they have a strong opposition. You understand? And I see what's that stupidness that's going on in this country. You understand? And there are things saying about what that he hospital. You understand? And also that and washing him out in the jail. You understand? Yes, perhaps the jail will be not doing the right thing. You understand? But there are things you have to do, man. You're a minister. You understand? You can't wash him out and put you in the store. You understand? And that's why I sit down and I stand back, Kendrick. Because I seen a lot of things that happening. You understand? As unjust to people. And you ask about the budget. You understand? That budget is going to be a tax budget. That budget is going to be a real tight budget. That budget is going to not think about the small man. You understand? And I ask myself the question, where are you going to get the money now to spend for the public? You understand? I see Tobago asking for a big junk of the money. You understand? And we can go on and on.
All right. Well, I hear you, my friend. Yes, I know you can go on. But I want, you see, 58 deaths would have been recorded already in this country as a result of COVID-19. The toll continues. That is, the confirmed cases, over 3,300. But I will deal with that a bit later on. Let's take this caller. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Yeah, Ken. Let me just guide the back.
Mm-hmm.
In the debate, I don't know Mr. Bangle what the debate. And I invite telling people they should watch the debate. Right? Saddam Hussein is also an attorney. Spoke on it. Dinesh Rambali is also an attorney. Spoke on the matter. And spoke on the issue of the hefty of the fine. And gave recommendations that the fine should be reduced. Even gave as to how much it should be reduced. Even with the 14 days pay. Right? Senator MP Hussein said it should go to 28 days. Right? That was even brought to the committee stage. In committee stage, you must remember that in committee stage, the opposition can recommend it to the government to accept it. And you cannot even go in debate in that. But also, in that same debate, it was Dinesh Rambali, MP for Kushamonas West, who made it quite clear of the constitutionality issues with this bill, also with the disproportionate of the fine, even with the fine of 200,000 plus, and even asked, why is it the regulation brought with the bill?
All right, well, we hear you, Brian, and I would have listened to the debate. But in essence, what my good friend at Bang Village is talking about is that the passage of this bill would have required support from the opposition. The opposition would have supported. Even when it came to the committee stage, they gave the necessary blessings. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning to you. Good morning.
We go back with this COVID and this private thing and public thing. Dinesh Rambali in Parliament, Saddam Hussein and this lady called Lakshmi Diyal, they never put the argument across between private property and public to public. They never put that. So by coming now to say Dinesh Rambali, let me tell you something. Dinesh Rambali making Chaguanas West look like they're living in the back of a mountain right now. Because he said anything he wanted to say. Forget the regulation, forget. The man never said in his contribution in Parliament that you're talking about public, but about private. Not one of them. Saddam Hussein kick off the thing, and all he's talking about bringing on the call from 5,000. The man is just washy. They don't even know what they were talking about at that point in time. So now they come to say, Dinesh Rambali says on it. Dinesh Rambali and these three people pull down the Parliament as I see fit, that they never even talk about public property and private property. So Brian can come with that foolishness and say this, and say that, and say the next later.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you very much for your contribution here with us this morning as we move on with our conversation. I have another caller here on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
And Keneka won't stay long.
Yeah, go ahead.
But in the end of the day, you as an opposition, you have lawyers. In this bill, you have to go down to the fine print for the average man to understand what takes place. For the government, before there's a sanction that law, you should put it in place, especially for the people in this country, because you say you know plenty about the law, only inside of there, only the lawmakers, you understand? So when Brian talking this morning, you understand? My good friend Brian talking this morning, you make me wonder, what kind of lawyers that we really have in this country in the opposition?
All right, well, I hear you. Well, look, according to Brian, and I would have listened to the debate, the red flag would have been raised. Concerns would have been raised in Parliament by the opposition, but at the end of it all, it requires a simple majority, and of course, the People's National Movement and the government of the day, they have what you call the majority, and the matter was passed. But as I said, there will always be a gray matter in this. In any case, In any argument before any court, you will always have attorneys representing a particular client for and against. But I agree with the Minister of Health. You cannot go to the letter of the law, but rather the spirit of the law. The spirit of the law meaning exactly what the law is hoping to achieve. Flatten the curve, reduce the risk of this virus spreading in Trinidad and Tobago. But people have a right, they have that right is within them. If you feel that your constitutional rights have been breached, well, then you can go to court. But at the same time, going to court, taking this matter further, does not, in essence, help fight this virus. I've been telling you all morning, 58 people would have died as a result of the coronavirus. The number of positive cases thus far, 3,300 plus. And I'm sure by the end of today, we will have more and more cases in front of us. But I just want to share this with you before I go to our COVID feature. Okay, but let me take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. All right, I'm sorry. According to the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Rushan Parasram, speaking at yesterday's conference, he is appealing to private employers to ensure all protocols are followed. He said, quote, "We are asking employers to please abide by the guidelines we have put out. These are the World Health Organization guidelines for discharge," Dr. Parasram said in response to questions. His appeal comes in response to reports that several employers are refusing to allow recovered COVID-19 patients return to work without a negative PCR test. But I'll continue with this discussion. But as of now, I need to head up to our COVID-19 feature. Now, this COVID-19 feature is coming to you with the compliments of Barlow Engineering and Construction Services Limited. It is powered by RCL Communications Network. Stay with us here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper.
Time for your COVID-19 feature on U975, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It's coming to you with the kind compliments of Barlow Engineering, Construction and Maintenance Services Limited.
The COVID-19 pandemic has created unprecedented change and a need for a response from everyone around the globe. Many of us are worried about our loved ones and our livelihoods, and there is no one right way to cope with what we're experiencing. Remember, however you're feeling, there are others that feel the same. You are not alone. Here are a few voices of people struggling to cope during this time.
Some days I'm okay. I'm doing my best to adjust. But yesterday, I couldn't stop crying. This all just seems so unfair, and I feel so angry that this is happening to us. I'm struggling to care for my kids and work from home at the same time, and I'm worried about my parents' health. I watch the news and it just seems so hopeless. I don't know how to keep it together.
I feel so lost and sad. So much has changed. I used to have dinner every week with my family, but now I can't be in the same room with them. I really miss them.
I'm missing out on my prom and my graduation. I've literally been looking forward to these things my whole life, and I'm heartbroken.
With everything going on now, I just can't stop my thoughts. And physically, my chest hurts, and I can't breathe. I get nauseous thinking about what could happen to my family and my friends.
Before this happened, I used to worry all the time about getting sick. Now that worry has turned into absolute terror. My heart races every time I have to go to the store. What if I bring germs home with me? I can't stop washing my hands.
No matter how exhausted I am, my sleep is still terrible. I just keep picturing all the things that could possibly happen. Will I ever get a good night's sleep again?
I've been through so much already. I don't know how I'm going to deal with this too. My flashbacks are getting worse and worse.
Honestly, I feel like I'm more comfortable in times of crisis. I'm not sure why I don't feel as upset as everyone else does right now.
I don't know when or if everything is going to get back to normal. I feel like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. How many people are going to be affected? What does this mean for me and my family?
We've just heard some of the ways people are being affected by the COVID-19 situation. Here are some things that are helpful in building resilience during times of crisis and intense stress. There are a lot of things outside of our control right now, which can be scary. By focusing on the things we can control, we can refuel ourselves and become more grounded and able to focus and cope with all of the things we can't control. One of the most important actions within your control is to follow CDC guidelines to reduce your chance of being exposed or passing the virus on to others. Use social support. No one should go through this alone. There is absolutely no shame in talking about what you're going through with your friends and family, and it's important to be there for others too. Video chat and phone calls are a great way to stay connected. Prioritize self-care. Staying on a regular schedule, exercising, eating a healthy diet, keeping a sleep routine, and taking time to meditate or pray are all important, now more than ever. Be gentle with yourself. During times like this, you will have good days and bad days. Your emotions are most likely heightened at this time. Try not to compare your life to what you see on your friends' social media feeds. There is always more going on behind screens. Helping others can bring joy and gratification. Do what you can to help others, even if it's something as simple as lending an ear or making someone smile. Be kind to the people around you, especially the folks who are still out working, to ensure we all have what we need. If each day feels like an uphill battle, it may help to seek out professional support. To continue helping during this time of social distancing, many mental health providers are using telemental health in their practice.
Washing your hands with soap is possibly the simplest way to flush pathogens down the drain. Soap molecules can interact with pathogens, such as coronavirus, leading to their destruction. Each soap molecule has two parts. The head is hydrophilic, which means it likes to interact with water, while the lipid tail is hydrophobic, which means it wants to get away from water to find similar water-avoiding particles. This is the basis of how soap works. When soap molecules encounter lipid particles on our skin, the tails aggregate around them to form spherical structures called micelles, creating a water-free environment. Similar things happen when they encounter enveloped viruses such as coronavirus. Enveloped viruses carry their genome and supporting proteins inside a lipid bilayer membrane, with the proteins necessary for infection embedded in the membrane. In cells and viruses, these lipids are packed neatly into two sheets with the lipid tails facing inward. The lipid ends of the soap molecules are attracted to the lipids in the membrane. They take advantage of the presence of membrane proteins which can perturb the neatly organized bilayer to insert themselves into the viral membrane. If there is only a small amount of soap, the soap molecules only loosen the membrane. But with more soap, they begin to create micelles around membrane lipids. They are also attracted to hydrophobic amino acids in the membrane proteins, extracting them from the membrane. The structural integrity of a virus is essential for infection. So, washing your hands with soap protects you better from infection than washing with only water, and the longer you lather, the higher your chance of destroying the virus.
That was your COVID-19 feature on U975 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It was brought to you courtesy Balo Engineering, Construction and Maintenance Services Limited.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
Mendes Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Republic Day. Republic Day. On U97.5 FM, we celebrate with you as we present One Nation, One Love, One People. It all goes down Republic Day, Thursday, 24th September 2020, from 6 a.m. to midnight. Strictly DJs, strictly local music, strictly vibes, and strictly the best. One Nation, One Love, One People. Look out! From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Sharon and DJ Vishal. 9 a.m. to noon, Hi-Fi, 12 noon to 3 p.m. Captain Kendall, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. The DJ Flavio Experience, 6 to 9 p.m. DJ Sean, and 9 p.m. to midnight, Corky D. Log on to www.975radio.com. Check us out on Facebook at U975 Multicultural Radio. This Republic Day on U975. Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, a member of the Rhythms Communications Network.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
नबियों के सरदार मोहम्मद नबियों के सरदार
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessings of Almighty Allah be upon each and every one of you. My name is Shazad Ali, and here's an invitation to join me every weekday morning, 5 o'clock, for the program Teachings of Islam, right here on U97.5 FM. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Well, with me on the line now is a Member of Parliament for Kuva South, Rudy Inder Singh. And he too, like others, are raising concern over the future of our children. This as it relates to virtual teaching. A number of challenges have come to the fore. And even the president of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Antonia De Freitas, would have also voiced her concern over this matter. Let's take the MP on the line. Good morning, MP, and thanks for taking our call this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Conrad. Good morning to your listening audience on U97.5.
Well, as we look at what is happening in the education sector, no doubt COVID-19 is taking its toll on our society, and I would imagine societies elsewhere too. The fact that now we have this issue or this matter where school would have been open, not physically of course, but virtually, there are challenges presenting itself. And I know that in 2015, under the watch of the People's Partnership Administration, that you all would have introduced the laptop program. That too would have been scrapped by the incoming government of the day. And this issue of the availability of devices for students to build capacity for themselves is a concern. Your thoughts going forward?
Well, yes, it is of tremendous pain and concern. It is causing what we would call psychological trauma in the minds of children who do not have, and also their parents and so on. And Kenrick, we all were at a young stage in our respective lives, and when you have or you do not have, and other children have, you know the psychological gap, the barriers, the anxiety that steps in, and so on. And we heard the Minister of Education, Nayan Gadsby-Dolly, indicate that 65,000 children were in need of laptops and so on. And the government of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has bungled the health response to the COVID-19 pandemic. We would have heard prior to the general elections 10 deaths and how good we were. Minister D.L. Singh was in your face every day telling us that Oxford University said Trinidad and Tobago was number one in the way that we handle COVID. I wonder what Oxford University has told the Prime Minister and the Minister of Health since the general election. What is the state of how the government's response to COVID-19 has been? Saying, that we are 57 deaths and 3,000 plus cases and so on, and the level of testing. That is water under the bridge. But we continue to have a toing and froing in the public domain about public space and what is private space and so on. And while the Prime Minister and his ministers of government seem to have gone blank on the issue of providing 65,000 laptops to children who are in need to create what we would call the virtual classroom environment in their respective homes. And the provision of laptops or the devices is one issue. The other issue is the level of connectivity and the paying of the Wi-Fi bill and the data and so on. Why is the government so silent? The academic development of the child should be of priority importance to the government of Trinidad and Tobago, and I think that the Prime Minister should also be summoning the Minister of, or inviting the Minister of Education to a meeting to find out what is the status. Are you getting the corporate help? Are you getting the level of support from the business community? What do we need to allocate in the upcoming budget to ensure that broadband width and connectivity, and he has created with public administration arm of a ministry or name in terms of digital transformation and so on. These are the things that are near and dear to the parents of the 65,000 children. And based on the research that I have done in the constituency of Couva South, there are 14 primary schools, the Couva West Secondary School, the Couva East Secondary School. We have the Chinmaya private institution also offering secondary learning environment and so on. There are over 3,000 children who are in need of these devices in the constituency, and that is why I'm saying there is a crisis in the education system in the constituency.
All right, MP, there's another issue here concerning the food program, the food distribution program. We are hearing that the minister would have gone on record as saying over 500 lunches would be given to the MP's office for they to distribute. Now that's a concern. We are also hearing about food cards for students and so on. There will be problems in this. Is this another recipe for chaos within the system?
Well, obviously it is a recipe for chaos. I would want to tell you that there are more than 500 children in the constituency of Couva South who are on the school feeding program. And you come or you make this grand announcement, 1 minute you're giving it, the next minute you're scrapping it. I think the minister was on another frequency this morning indicating that the program or the offer of the 500 lunches is up in the air or it has been scrapped. So the bungling, the chaos, the incompetence continues. And it continues that there's no honeymoon period for this government because the majority of the cabinet ministers are from the last government. So the government should be flowing in terms of dealing with the issues that are before it. And how can you give 500 lunches if it was so, or food cards, to MP's offices? The schools themselves are aware of the needy children, the children who are in need. We have an idea too. And why not use the contractors who deliver to the schools and so on? Find some meeting point where you could have these lunches distributed and so on. And I call for the Minister of Education and the Prime Minister really to immediately review what they are doing as it relates to the provision of lunches. And given the COVID-19 pandemic, the level of unemployment that is creeping into the society, the level of underemployment too, I think that the provision of lunches is of critical importance too for those children who are in dire need of that kind of support that they were enjoying when they were going to school.
But there's also another issue which I want to talk to you about, and I want to get your response to this. There's something what you call the drop-off system, and I would have spoken to a parent yesterday, and she said this is putting them at a disadvantage, and it is not working because of their inability to access internet connection and so on. Your thoughts?
Well, again, one or two parents have approached. We are trying to assist where the photocopying. I could remember a girl, I do not want to name her. She is actually going to UTT and so on, and she doesn't have the level of internet connection and so on. And I've offered to her that whenever she wants, she could make the arrangements with the office manager at the Cuba South constituency office to see how we could assist her with internet connection and so on. But of course, the level of connectivity in terms of the broadband width, the speed and so on at the Cuba South office would have to also be upgraded. But at the end of the day, the drop-off system in the respective schools and so on, that has to photocopying, paper, printing, and also this is why I am saying that we are not hearing from the Prime Minister and the Minister of Education, and there's a minister in the ministry, to say what we are doing. The school has started, they may have identified, I want to be fair to them also, that the term has started and they need to identify the niggling problems or the teething problems and say that we have identified these issues in the Caroni Education District, the Victoria Education District, the St. George, incorporate the issues as it relates to Trinidad and Tobago, and probably create some kind of task force, operational task force in your ministry, break it down into the respective education districts and so on, and tackle them head on, have them work with the government resources, have them work with the private sector resources and so on, to see how best that they could address the teaching problems in the respective education district.
All right, MP, before you go, I want to get your thoughts on Budget 2020, 2021. Certainly, the Minister of Finance will be presenting this package on the 5th of October. It will be a challenge for him indeed. What are your expectations?
Well, there's not any kind of expectation on my behalf from a Labour point of view, and also I'm sure that I will echo the sentiments of the leader of the opposition and my colleagues. At the end of the day, it was one of mismanagement of the economy. There has been little or no economic growth over the last 5 years. The diversification of the economy is still in its starting blocks with this government. Unemployment prior to COVID-19 was at 63,633. Based on the data research we are doing with the COVID-19 pandemic, it has crossed 100,000. And this brings me to the figures that was released recently by the, I think the central bank governor, saying that only, I think 326 people was laid off since the COVID-19 pandemic. With all due respect to the governor, I think that the governor needs to meet with the Minister of Finance, needs to meet with the governor and clarify. Only in yesterday's news, I think over 100 workers at a food joint, a well-established food joint, was clamoring for payments and so on because they have been laid off. BHP, not BHP, but BP has signaled they are sending home workers. A newspaper has also signaled they are sending home workers. Trinity Mall and Long Circular Mall, in terms of the number of stores that have been closed on these two compounds, it is up in the air. And I'm sure that we have also not heard from the Minister of Labor. The Minister of Labor needs to tell us how many reported cases of retrenchments or layoffs has been made to the ministry since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic.
All right, MP, I just want to move on to our conversation here. A number of labor leaders would have called on the finance minister to look at labor reform that has given more teeth to the industrial code. Your thoughts on this as a former labor leader?
Well, I mean, the whole question of labor reform, this was promised by the last government, well, of which Minister Jennifer Baptiste-Primus was an integral part as the Minister of Labor. They promised an immediate review of all labor legislation, especially the Retrenchment and Severance Benefit Act and the IRA and so on, when Centrin and ArcelorMittal was closed. So thousands of persons have lost their jobs. That is no longer an issue for the government. So I hope that somewhere down the line they will address that. And also to reform the conciliation division of the Ministry of Labor so that they could really arm them with the teeth to really deal with disputes, look at how the industrial court can be strengthened to, even from the point of view of the security of tenure of judges existing at the court, so that, and casting no aspersion, but judges will be able to operate in a fiercely independent manner and not be looked at or viewed from the spectrum of apparently pandering to the party in power in terms of delivering judgments which may impact on the well-being of the labor relations in the state environment and especially at the level of state enterprises operations and so on.
All right.
So from where I sit, it will not be a budget that will offer much. For me, unemployment and underemployment will continue to exist. The government must tell us how they are.
MP, are you with me here? All right, well, I'm sorry. I think we would have gotten disconnected. No fault of ours here at 975. But again, thank you very much, MP Rudy Inder Singh, Member of Parliament for Couva South, sharing some thoughts with us this morning as we look to the budget 2020-2021. The MP would have also raised concern over this virtual classroom, which has taken a toll not only on the teaching population, but on the parent, but on parents also too. I have a caller here on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Ken. Good morning, Shannon.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, good morning, friend.
Now, school food and thing, right? You see the demographics of where these children come from. That's almost impossible to get that program off from in any practical way. I send a scale of 1 to 10. To get that to work to even 3% or 4%, it will be very challenging. Remember, all the children gather at one location, which is the school, and the lunches come there, but to get the lunches to the children. And then remember, if you go back, the reason for really using the school feeding program was it was kind of lobby that if you hand the money to the parents, they may not buy the necessary food or so. They will divert the money or something else. So the only practical way right now is to go back on that same system where you get the subsistence to the parents, but will they supply the children or supply the food to the children need who really need? So it's very challenging. I don't think anybody will come up with any workable solution. Even I say 3 or 4 that 10 that can really address that particular situation here right now.
All right, my friend. Thank you very much for your thoughts with me this morning. We're heading up to the hour of 8 o'clock. We'll take the 8 o'clock newscast. And when we come back, we'll continue with our final hour of today's edition of the morning program. Stay with us here.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 975 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for major news to the hour. It comes to you with the very kind compliments of Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, the Trinidad and Tobago Newsday, and Darpan Trading Company Limited.
And a very good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and welcome to our 8 o'clock newscast on 975 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, powered by RCL Communications Network. I am Kenrick Juggernaut. Good morning. In our top story at this time, another COVID-19 related death has been recorded as of 6 p.m. yesterday. According to the Health Ministry, the person is an elderly male with comorbidities. This brings the total number of COVID-19 related deaths to 58. 34 additional persons have also tested positive for the virus, bringing the number of active cases to 2,459. Meanwhile, the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Rushan Parasram, has asked employers to be aware of the discharge criteria for persons who are either in quarantine or isolation at home. This after reports that some employers have been asking workers to provide a negative PCR test before they are allowed back on the job. The Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha has called on the Education Ministry to work out the many issues that are being experienced with virtual learning. In a detailed letter issued by its attorney, Dinesh Rambali, to Minister Dr. Nayan Gadsby-Dolly, the organization acknowledged that it cannot be business as usual during the pandemic. At the same time, however, it says if one were to create a snapshot of the system of education as it is in real time, it would appear to be chaotic. A 17-year-old is among 3 persons charged with 2 counts of robbery with violence. The 3 were arrested due to a citizen's alert and the quick response of officers last Wednesday following the incident in Glencoe. According to the TPS, an emergency response patrol unit located the suspect's vehicle on Mount Coco Road in Pitted Valley. The suspects attempted to evade the police. However, the 2 vehicles collided, resulting in minor injuries for the officers and the suspects. A quantity of stolen items was recovered. And staying on the crime scene, a couple has been arrested after police found an assault rifle in the Don Miguel area. A search warrant was executed last night during an exercise, and officers discovered an AR-15 firearm and ammunition. Officers arrested a 40-year-old man for the find, while a woman is to be charged with using obscene language. Meantime, a 40-year-old man has been arrested for stabbing another man. At around 10:15 last night, the 18-year-old victim was liming on the side of Mary's Hill Road in Tobago when he had an altercation with a man he knew. During this time, the suspect allegedly pulled out a metal object and stabbed the young man on the right side of his body. The assailant also sustained injuries to his right thumb and arm. The suspect was treated and released from the hospital, but later arrested for wounding with intent. Let's look at the local news. Let's see what's happening regionally now. Grenada's Ministry of Health is deeply concerned about the growing trend of some business establishments and individuals to stage unsanctioned social public activities. This in direct contradiction with the safety rules and guidelines to protect against COVID-19. Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles says the thoughtlessness action by some can reverse the gains the country has made to prevent another outbreak of COVID-19 in the country. To some international news now. Tropical storm Sally has left more than 500,000 Americans without power as its torrential rains and storm surges lash the U.S. Gulf Coast. Sally weakened after it made landfall as a Category 2 hurricane yesterday, but the slow-moving storm continues to batter Florida and Alabama. One person was killed and hundreds were rescued from flooded areas. Into some news of the weather. Well, for the period this morning, getting into late evening, Trinidad and Tobago and the remainder of the Lesser Antilles mostly hot and sunny with brief showery spells in a few areas. Night will be mostly clear. Seas moderate but rough in leewards. Waves 2 meters but 2.5 meters to 3 meters in the leewards. Open waters and less than 1 meter in sheltered areas. The current temperature is 24 degrees Celsius and sunset is at 4 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. That's a look at the 8 o'clock news on 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. It was powered to you by RCL Communications Network. Stay with us here as we continue with the third and final hour of today's edition of the morning program, UTalk 975.
That was Major News to the Hour, brought to you with the very kind compliments of Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Lisha Limited, the Trinidad and Tobago Newsday, and Darban Trading Company Limited.
We shopping at Durban Supermarket. Hey, come down. We'll value at Durban Supermarket. Shop now at Durban Supermarket. Come to Durban Supermarket. We got the best prices for your pockets. Get real value for your money. Durban Supermarket treats you like family. Nothing overpriced. It's guaranteed for sure. Save big at Durban and shop even more. Real value to Durban Supermarket. We got the best prices for your pockets. Take advantage of unbelievable deals at Durban Supermarket, number 28 Foster Road in Sangre Grande. Durban Supermarket and Investment Limited, giving you real value for your money.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Republic Day.
Republic Day.
On U97.5 FM, we celebrate with you as we present One Nation, One Love, One People. It all goes down Republic Day, Thursday, 24th September 2020, from 6 a.m. to midnight. Strictly DJs, strictly local music, strictly vibes, and strictly the best. One Nation, One Love, One People. Look out! From 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., Sharon and DJ Vishal. 9 a.m. to noon, Beast Hi-Fi. 12 noon to 3 p.m., Captain Kendall. 3 p.m. to 6 p.m., the DJ Flavio Experience. 6 to 9 p.m., DJ Sean. And 9 p.m. to midnight, Corky D. Log on to www.975radio.com. Check us out on Facebook at U975 Multicultural Radio. This Republic Day on U975 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, a member of the Rhythms Communications Network.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Join me every Sunday for Love Vibrations from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. featuring all your favorite love songs from every decade. and the most powerful quotes ever written. You can send their shout outs. WhatsApp 378-4975, or you can simply call 636-7547 or 227-5739, or go online to www.975radio.com. It's hosted by yours truly, DJ Shaw, on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
I found a love for me. नबियों के सरदार मोहम्मद, नबियों के सरदार.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessings of Almighty Allah be upon each and every one of you. My name is Shazad Ali, and here's an invitation to join me every weekday morning, 5 o'clock, for the program Teachings of Islam, right here on U97.5 FM. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. 12 minutes here past the hour of 8 o'clock. And that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Radio 975. Well, let's look at some of the statistics, figures, as it relates to the world's fight against this coronavirus. Just let me bring you up to speed as to what is happening globally. Total number of cases, 29,897,412. Let me repeat that figure, 29,897,412. Deaths, 941,363. In the United States, the total number of cases, 6,631,568. Deaths, 196,831. That's the frightening figure in front of us. And even us here, closer at home, we are fighting with this virus. And I've been looking at reports emanating out of CNN. I can tell you that the CNN report is saying, based on the advice or based on the pronouncement coming from one of the medical experts, that the world will not get a vaccine until next summer. Yeah. Not Kenrick Jargonat saying that or 975 saying that. The world will only receive a vaccine, and that is based on a pronouncement next summer. That's a very, very frightening situation indeed. Eh? So contrary to what is being said outside there is no vaccine available. Let's take this caller on the line. Yeah, hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kenneth.
Yeah.
That data you gave there just now. Just imagine we get a community spread of around 50 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of problem it could be, and you still have people trying to look for a loophole, and I mean, oh gosh, man, I mean, you all seen that, like they're seeing CNN and seeing what's going on in the world, countries that have so much technology and so much science, carrying backlist with all their institutions overrun. I mean,
look, as a responsible individual, you need to be informed. You need to keep up to speed as what is happening with this virus.
If that should run, I mean, if our community spread in our way where, like, if all the other step outside there, you know what kind of situation we could be in there?
All right.
Just control the thing, man. It's so easy, and you're trying to make all kind of argument. Look at the amount of energy you're diverted on the different people are trying to find some loophole in our law where you have a virus there and no cure, and you will scared right now. And if we make it a vaccine, Mr. Kenneth, to start a vaccine train on the baby alone, look at the kind of needles, look at the kind of expensive it costs. Who will afford that bill? Nobody. We had to put that bill ourselves.
And more than that too, a report coming out of CNN this morning from a medical expert is also saying that a mask is of greater protection than a vaccine. Eh?
Yeah.
Listen to what is being said. A mask offers you greater protection than a vaccine. I am not a medical expert, but I can only go by what the medical experts are saying.
Let's encourage people that want to find out kind of loopholes
Mhm.
to go on and get this data and stick it in their head. The brain. Yeah, take care. Let somebody else shout out. Bye.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you very much. Well, there's a particular reason why schools are closed, There's a particular reason why the government of the day would have announced limited movement and gathering of people. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kenneth.
Hi, good morning to you, sir. How are you this morning?
Not too bad this morning, sir. Mr. Good morning.
Well, I did not hear you yesterday. What happened? You okay?
Well, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I hear you. What's on your mind this morning?
You know, I have to say thank you for that speech, for that mask there.
Mm-hmm.
Because listening to my past parliamentary representative sometimes telling the citizens that a mask is not necessary, you should only wear a mask in certain places, and the government is frightening people with this mask, and a whole heap of story, Mr. Khan, I think we were on a television station, giving a whole heap of story. And did you see what's going on in India presently?
Yes, I know. I would have reported that yesterday.
1 million cases in something like 5 days, They are centered to be the, what do you call it, the epidemic. They are about to pass America. And we are still here and having politicians or doctors who are politicians or politicians who are supposed, I don't know how to describe them, giving the citizens that kind of thing like the government doesn't know what they are doing. And wearing a mask is not necessary, it's not going to save your life. This morning, no virus is a mask. So I want to see all the people who have a problem, I have asthma, I have this and I suffer and that. And, well, then the safest thing for you to do, my brother, is to stay home. Mr. Kenrick, thank you, sir. Enjoy your day, my brother.
Well, thank you very much, friend, for your response to me this morning. No, I try to be very objective here, One must understand, and let me repeat myself, what is the bigger picture here? What is the bigger picture here in all of this? Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning. Good morning, Kimoti.
People who have asthma and they have to keep on a mask long.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll get cycle.
Mm-hmm. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Ken.
Good morning to you, Chris.
India's all right to have so much virus problems. 1,300 million people in it. This country is less than 1.5 million.
So how do you police them?
Just for the edification of some people who feel they know everything.
Mm.
The word presently doesn't mean at present. It means in a short while.
Mm.
It doesn't mean at the present time. So when people come to use words on the radio, they should get to understand the words that they're using. Thank you much.
All right, well, thank you very much. No, it's very difficult in other jurisdictions with large population, as in India, to police this matter. It's quite challenging indeed. That's why I'm saying, as a people, 1.4 million of us here in this country, where the minister would have talked about only 1%. But look, even still, if it's 1%, it's a figure not to take lightly. 3,300 plus people have been tested positive for COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago, 58 deaths. It's a very frightening situation. Look, people don't understand the trauma that people are going through here, losing their jobs, do not know where their other meal is coming from, do not know how they will function. People have mortgages to pay, bills to pay, they have their grocery bills to pay, and what have you. It's a challenging situation indeed. And unless you are aware of what is going on in Trinidad and Tobago, and you live in, quote-unquote, in an exclusive bubble, well, please, my people, try to get the necessary information. That's why I read out that those stats for you this morning. Let's take another call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning. Yeah, Kimauti. Well, Kimauti, this is not let me put it like this. This is not a Trinidad and Tobago problem. This is a global problem. The entire world is grappling to deal with this pandemic. There's no clear-cut measures. There's no quick fix in all of this. As the problem comes to us, as the situation develops, then further actions will be taken. And I agree with the Prime Minister who vexed Lois. You cannot shut down the country. You cannot institute a state of emergency or curfew or institute greater restrictions. That will have a negative impact on our economy. Having a shutdown, lockdown, curfew, SOE, the virus will still be with us because we do not behave responsibly in the main as a people. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Hello, Professor. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing fine this morning. How are you, sir?
All right. I am okay. I would like to extend a pleasant good morning to Trinidad and Tobago and all listeners. I have to get something off my conscience. I know, I would like to appeal to the people who making or designing this budget, the financial people. Please think about the poor people of the country, right? And the people who are suffering, the people who have to send their children to school who don't have, the luxuries or the facilities to provide for the kids, right? Please make a budget with them in mind, right? That's all I would want to say. Thank you very much.
All right, well, thank you very much. Well, I understand your pain and I understand your plight, but one must take into consideration to the state of our economy. Preparing this budget will be quite a challenge for Finance Minister Colm Imbert. Hence the reason he would have made a call on various stakeholders, various organizations, to be part of a consultation, a discussion on the 28th of this month, to get the take from you, the people outside there. There are two ways to raise revenue. One, increase taxes. Two, dip into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 975. Good morning.
Hi, morning, Santa Cruz.
Hey, good morning, Santa Cruz. How's the weather in Santa Cruz, boy?
Yeah, everything quiet on our side. We have all sunny weather, which we all in Charlieville because on the job right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, as again, we nobody understands the full nature of everything what taking place in us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I still believe that the politicians they're playing game.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, they're still trying to run because you haven't asked party prime minister, haven't asked part with the COP, which is the commissioner of police. And to me, I believe when it comes to that, no, everybody not respecting everybody's space. That is the man, you give the man a job to do. Let him do his job.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's answerable to a committee or a board or whatever. Let him do his job and call to account. Don't put these things in the public domain and who hypocrites and who this and that. It appears to me, a lot of people don't understand their role and function. Then now the politicians and them when it comes to making the budget, they're only saying to increase this and increase that, but as the caller before just now said, you had to take into consideration the other people. But I mean, as you rightfully put it just now, look at our literal global system, problems, everything. So all of us happen, but we have to sit down and take time to understand because my daughter works in Trinity Mall. She's telling me, Daddy, she's hearing that they want to sell Trinity Mall.
Well,
so
let me just clarify that. Trinity Mall and Long Circular Mall, according to a report published yesterday, is now going to the hands of the liquidator.
Yeah, I was saying that, yeah.
Yeah,
so it is true.
Yeah, so... Yeah,
but
so...
is it Trinity and Long Circular was owned by how we call them, Clico on them?
Well, I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but I think you are correct. Yeah. But that shows you the gravity of the situation.
Exactly. So as much as how we may be nitpicking at the government, we as individuals have to pick up ourselves and find ways and means to come about it, to come around it and so forth.
Because certainly if you have a restriction in movement, and you have less income, your buying power is reduced.
It has reduced greatly nowadays. I mean, I've always heard the term economies contract. It's only yesterday I Googled it, and I understand now what is the definition of when our economy contracts.
And this must also be taken into context that the fall in oil prices, energy prices, and with, let's say, flights on the ground, planes on the ground, there's not much demand for oil, if you understand what I'm talking about.
You're very correct.
So
and that will go across the board.
Right.
Movement in container vessels,
right.
in plane, you name it. Yeah.
So you'll find a negative impact globally, not only here in Trinidad and Tobago. And there will be repercussions, and there will be fallout from all of this. But I asking the question this morning: what people are hoping that the government of the day do further? You spoke this morning about the safety net, the social safety net. I don't think that the finance minister will interfere with that, because you have to look at the poor people in this country who live from, let's say, a salary to salary. You have the elderly who depends on the pension and national insurance and so on. I don't think that the government of the day, or by extension,
I don't think they will interfere.
The finance minister will interfere with that. And to lessen the burden on people, there's this talk about individual taxation and so on could be reduced. There could be a reduction in VAT, especially on certain food items. But these are just speculation. But at the end of the day, you must understand too, my friend, that the finance minister, you must find money to pay public servants.
Correct, first and foremost.
You have a recurrent expenditure, you have development projects and so on. The country cannot shut down.
It cannot shut down. But what I would leave with this. I was listening to BBC News, well, I ever so often tune on the BBC, and he's spoke, I can't remember his name, but he speaks on behalf of the IMF, or IMF or World Bank. And what the individual was saying is that it is not, as you have been saying, it is not a national problem, it is a global problem. And each country in the world, even though they may eventually want to turn to the IMF or the World Bank, you all have to find a way where you all have to try to work with the problems and work around the problem and see how to be creative then. He simplified by saying you have to be creative now. Because in my line of job, I just tell the guys, I say, over the years I've been able to fix my drive within the drive. Whereas a new person learning to drive a trailer would have to stop, start over and try. But because of experience now, I could see my problem within the drive and solve it day one time. So I said we have to try to find ways and means now to work within that problem and see how we can. So as the person from the IMF said or whatever, we have to be creative now. So I mean, we just locked on and listening, and we just have to do what we're supposed to do, the correct thing, and try to be safe.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Every dollar that leaves this country makes this country $1 poorer. The economy is $1 less. Every year, billions of dollars leave this country that don't have to leave here. We have been talking about doing our own farming, feed ourselves, agriculture, for how long? What is being done? Unican materials closed down. The people waiting for the land to plant. The farmers waiting for the money that was sent from the European Union. What's been happening to that? Who is responsible for that? Not you, not me, not people. Government of Trinidad.
Agreed.
I'm saying made a statement. Made that apparently expert made a statement Monday last on the radio station. He said we must readjust, but it must start from the top. You can't have the top spending and having a good time and tell the people down there you have to tighten your belts. And we have to get serious about that. He also made the statement, you come and you say you could run this country. You understand what the problems are, the economy, the everything. And now you come and you say, hey, wait, tell me what to do. And he used the assertion. It's like a pilot flying a plane, and the plane gets into some kind of turbulence up in the air. And he leaves the cockpit and come out and tell the passengers, hey, we're in a storm, tell me what to do. And And that's what's happening traveling right now.
All right.
You bring here to say you're going to have a way forward, not one peep from that yet. And we did a stipend for that.
All right, well, thank you very much, Chris. Well, you are totally correct in that. You elect a government to govern the country of Trinidad and Tobago. And I've always said that we have people who profess to be leaders and managers, but that's where the problem comes. Proper management, accountability, transparency, wild spending, all these areas of concern ought to be a thing of the past. We have to be together in this. All hands on board. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning. Good morning, sir.
You see, I hear that gentleman whenever we going down a wrong road. I can remember there's a man called A.N.R. Robertson. And also under, I think Mr. Kamal and all, we had at time no importation apples. No importation under Robertson, no importation of raisins and prunes and them kind of things. The same US dollar that we're talking about. That is how, now when you're going to get sweet bread, that's a little yellow and the that instead of we put raisins in the pop-up, instead of we put raisins in the sweet bread, because of at the time devaluation and what we call it a recession at the time under Robinson, we became creative. We take pawpaw and preserve them and change them into different colors, and today is the same thing we have. That is what the gentleman, the truck driver before was telling about. We became creative. But this man come back here to tell him about the government, and the government, I had a UNC administration told me the very same thing in 2010. Told me that was spending, or 2000, told me Mr. Manning was spending too much money, debt to GDP was too high at $43 billion. And when they left right our budget at $63 billion. And debt to GDP went up from 40-something. Debt went up from 40-something to 50-something billion.
All right, my friend, we cannot revisit the past. That's the past. We are in a situation today where, according to those in the know, are saying that this can last for the next 2 or 3 years. How do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? And as such, as responsible people, we need to educate ourselves. We need to do things differently. This is not a situation to cast blame or an area to cast blame. We need to be responsible. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. All right, I'm sorry to miss your call. Yeah, and you see, people have been talking about the IMF and so on, the International Monetary Fund. But if we have to go to the IMF will direct us to take certain actions, you know. One will be, of course, to our utilities. People may have to be laid off. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Not bad.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Not Bad. How are you keeping? What's happening?
I'm listening your boy. I did me roti and tomato choka and I'm listening you.
Mm-hmm.
So God bless you. Keep good and live long. If you get the time, I know it's late. If you get the time, you will shout real.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
When people come to the station, they must come as back. Mr. Robinson didn't try to save US dollars. Mr. Robinson had no money. He meet at treasury at the PNM, they dry. They had nothing. They didn't have 5 cents. He had to go to the IMF. So it's not like he was trying to save US dollars. So when you come on this radio station, especially, come with your truth. Come with the fact. Don't come with the truth, the old talk about that man talking about government. If government don't set policy, who is going to do what? Who is responsible for this economy? Me? You? Forget it. The government has to do it. Thank you.
Well, you're right. The government is there to create policies, to show a direction, to offer opportunities, but it's us, the people, to be productive also. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 975. Good morning.
You say it's not to go back, so it's not about TikTok.
Yeah.
But,
Right. So let's move on.
let's move on. So, if Robinson didn't save money, we didn't have no US now. So, we more or less be in the same position today, right?
Well, the 1986 period and this period here now, they are similar. They are similar. They are different, yes, but there are similarities.
Economically wise,
Yeah.
they are far different because this is a global something. Although that was more or less global, but this is more human. That was just more finite. This right now, there's a country, I think in Mauritius, that's plant palm oil. And they can't even find people, and they just use what is called scam labor that is imported from India and certain parts of different Asia and different places. They can't find individuals to harvest the palm, the fruit, to make the palm oil when they're using prisoners. That means supply and demand, simple thing like that. They have nobody to buy it, but they don't have nobody to harvest it. That means the supply becomes less with the demand and the cost could go up. Simple thing like beef, chicken that we import. So if the government tell me, no, yet the motor car company tell me just recently they lose 90% of the sales. If we go back to the time like Robinson and tell them no motor car over 2,000.
All right, but that's a different scenario altogether. I don't want to get involved in that kind of conversation at this time. What I'm saying to you here, we have to look at our own situation here in Trinidad and Tobago. This is a global pandemic, and it's affecting all nations. It is affecting all countries in the world. We have to look at our own situation here. And the budget for 2020-2021 will be presented on the 5th of October. What's in that package? Well, we do not know. How will the minister raise revenue? That's one of the bigger questions. Will he raise taxes? Would he dip into the Heritage and Stabilization Fund? These are some of the discussions which I want to engage people with. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 975. Good morning.
Our farmers are begging for access roads, for water, for pre-lasting protection. Wait about palm oil and labor. We know there's a downturn all over the world. Migrant laborers gone back home. That not do with us here. We need the state to give people a land to plant food, to give them supply to plant food, to protect them from flooding, to help them with access roads, to help them with pre-lasting protection. We talk about farm oil and palm oil. Where you come from, boy?
All right, my friend. Let's don't take the conversation for tit for tat this morning. Let's be very responsible in our conversation. At this time, let me take a very short commercial break. And when I come back, we'll continue with our discussion right here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia. For all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters and water pumps. Plus all parts for Gould, Pentax and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia.
We shopping at Durban Supermarkets. Hey, come down. Real value at Durban Supermarket. Shop now at Durban Supermarket. Come to Durban Supermarket. We got the best prices for your pockets. Get real value for your money. Durban Supermarket treats you like family. Nothing overpriced. It's guaranteed for sure. Durban and shop even more. Real value to Durban Supermarket. We got the best prices for your pockets. Take advantage of unbelievable deals at Durban Supermarket, number 28 Foster Road in Sangre Grande. Durban Supermarket and Investment Limited, giving you real value for your money.
To you, Newsday Classifieds. Take Value Optical to be your partner.
I do.
I now pronounce free eye test from Value Optical for Newsday Classified customers. Call the Newsday Classified reps for more information. You may now kiss the bride.
Join me every Sunday for Love Vibrations from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. featuring all your favorite love songs from every decade and the most powerful quotes ever written. You can send your shout-outs. WhatsApp 378-4975 or you can simply call 636-7547 or 227-5739 or go online to www.975radio.com. It's hosted by yours truly, DJ Shaw, on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
I found a love for me.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, your chachi, your chacha, your grandpa, your grandma. We need to pray for our nation. God bless you. Thank you.
Can't go anywhere to enjoy yourself? Well, join us on 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio, as we got your Saturdays covered. The party starts from 8 a.m. Yes, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. We got Sharon Baruch alongside DJ Vishal. 12 to 3 p.m. Captain Kendall is in full flight and will take you straight into 3 to 6 as DJ Anil will put you into the mix. Then from 6 to 9, the man DJ Sean, half man, half amazing, takes the spotlight from 6 to 9. And from 9 to 1, the man Corky D steps into the building and he will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com as we put you into party mood with all of our DJs and announcers. Tell your friends, tell your family, 975radio.com.
Yeah, well, we heading up to the hour of 9 o'clock, just about 18 minutes yet to the hour of 9. I have some callers on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. I would like to be granted the permission to just highlight an incident I witnessed yesterday at one of those institutes that you can send and receive money from, I was there to conduct some business and I observed, I just want to make it public that there were two, how to put it right, let's say two outsiders, right? And they were sending a sum of U.S. currency to Venezuela, back to Venezuela, so to speak, right? And I heard one of the callers mentioning that a lot of money that is unnecessarily leaving the country, and yet you have these, you have outsiders sending U.S. currency back to their country from PNP, right? And that is, to me, that is a problem because we have a U.S. shortage, a U.S. dollar shortage, right? And I just want to make one other point. There are people in Trinidad and Tobago under this current leadership, normal citizens under the gimme syndrome. They are receiving all sorts of stuff from the government and they don't seem to want to work or want to go and help themselves because they are getting handouts, so to speak. Have a good day.
Well, I don't know how you expect. I can't respond to your thoughts this morning. I know that Forex is a very hard thing to come by. But let me state to you, buying and selling money is illegal in this country. Unless, of course, it's from a financial institution. Buying and selling money, it's illegal. But that's all I say on the matter. Yeah, let's take another call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 975. Hello, good morning. All right, I'm sorry to miss your call. Note that at the top of the hour, you can join the Bees Hi-Fi who will be taking you until the hour of 12 noon today with some beautiful music from our studio here in Couva in central Trinidad. Well, before I make my exit from the studio and make way for the Bees Hi-Fi, again, on behalf of all of us here at 975 FM Hot Like Pepper, management and staff, we'd like to express our condolences to the family of the Gomes this morning, as we continue to mourn the passing of a former national cricketer, Sheldon Gomes, who would have passed away on a Tuesday. So our thoughts and our prayers are with him at this time. And yes, note folks, that you need to observe all of the necessary guidelines as coming from the Ministry of Health. We need to be responsible if we are to flatten the curve and further prevent the risk of this virus spreading in Trinidad and Tobago. Already 58 people would have died as a result of COVID-19 complications. We would have over 3,300 plus positive cases in the country thus far, a very frightening figure indeed. And as I told you of a report emanating out of a CNN this morning, where it is stating that a vaccine could be found or may be found sometime next year in around summertime. That's according to a report coming from CNN. CNN would have also stated, based on a medical expert, that the wearing of a mask is of a greater value to you than a vaccine. Kenrick is not saying that, nor 975. Those in the know, medical experts, are saying that. So contrary to reports circulating outside there is no vaccine available. No vaccine available based on what we are hearing thus far from the authorities. So in this respect, again, to all of you outside there listening to this program this morning, I want you to observe all of the necessary health guidelines. Sanitize, wash your hands as often as possible. Maintain social distancing. And yes, above all, wear your mask. I know it can be quite a challenge. It is quite a challenge for me also too, as I conduct my affairs on a daily basis. But it is something we must grow accustomed to. This will be with us for a very, very long time. And again, I take serious issue with people venturing out into the public and you wear your mask under your chin, on top of your head, at the side of the ears. To me, you just mamagaing yourself. You're fooling yourself. Be responsible, people. Wear the mask properly. Wear the mask properly. On that note, good morning, people. Take care of yourself. I am Kenrick Juggernaut, inviting you to join me again tomorrow, just after the 6 o'clock hour, where we'll do this all over again. Tomorrow, I'll be chatting with the President General of the Old Trinidad General Workers Trade Union, Mr. Nirvan Maraj, as we discuss the issues of the day, more so as we talk about budget 2020-2021. Stay with us here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. But before I go, I want to leave you with another beautiful selection, one of my favorites here this morning. Stay with us here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Note that we are being powered by RCL Communications Network. Good morning, people. Take care.